Well, good morning, everybody. Uh, this is Art Talks. I'm Elaine M. Bergstrom. You can find me on Facebook and Artist Perspective or my YouTube channel. So today's talk was inspired actually by a group of women writers that asked me to join them last night. And we did writing prompts together, and they were able to use my root explosion painting as inspiration. So that was quite wonderful. But what I realized when I was participating, and even before, and I was able to preview the writing prompts, which they asked me to participate in, that I do not necessarily prompts, but I do keep an inspirational book. Actually, I have a few of them. And when something hits me, I just actually take a pencil or a ballpoint pen and write it in these various different notebooks. So this one started in 2014. And of course, I have other ones. But on top here, there are some drawings. I called them Vortex series back in January 26th of, I want to say 2014, but don't quote me, where I was exploring my Entangled series, A Woman's Journey. And here I'm just kind of scribbling different vortexes and energy swirls down. And those became a series of, I want to say, 8 or 9 paintings where I have women figures in these spirals. And the inspiration came from meditation, different sources, but the idea was that these energy swirls were cleansing and renewing energy. And I chose women as the subject and painted various positions of the swirls. And you can see them posted under my albums if you'd like to see more about it. But how do I use this? So I don't carry a book around with me. Some artists have small books that are carried in their pocket or purse, or they're left in their car. I'm usually inspired when I'm at home and it's quiet and I'm reading inspirational readings, or meditative readings, or I'm watching videos about artists, or watching movies, or looking through art books that I'm looking for inspiration. And that really helps me. So as I start writing, and if I find a passage from a book that inspires me or triggers me, I begin by writing that passage down. And for me, it's very visual, it's very feeling, and it's like a spark. It's like, wow. And I'm able to place that down. So it can be a quote, it could be information on a subject that I've thought about, drawing or painting. It's of interest to me. It may be something new. And when I get the spark or the wow, or I find that the image is exciting to build on, it is like immediate inspiration. Sometimes it's my love of several different things that come together. So, those of you who know me, I always look to Asian inspiration. I look to my own spiritual practice for inspiration and a lot of nature. And sometimes when something new pops in my head, I just find that incredible. So I just take a line drawing and quickly can see it. I'm going to show some of my ideas, but you can see maybe it's about an artist who talked about using a color or something that inspires me or I want to try. But my looking through paper was actually, I have a quick drawing in here if I can find it. Here it is. And I was exploring some different words, but here you can see my image with the screens and the image that I drew. I thought I drew some other things, but apparently can't find it right now. So it's very different than a sketchbook. So a sketchbook to me is, and obviously I have many different types of sketchbooks, and these are, professional books. So this is where somebody is drawing something really well, keeping track of it. They put the date, they probably put the weather, they put what's going on in the habitat. This one is Sketchbook of Artists and Illustrators and Designers. So this is a place for them to doodle, maybe sketch out ideas. A little bit different than mine. I don't go into as much detail at this point. A sketchbook for me would be I want to go somewhere, maybe plein air, and I see something and I want to get it down on paper. This is a really nice old book, but it's by Frederick Frank, Zen Seeing, Zen Drawing, Meditation, and Action. And I don't think this is the first book, but he was the one who said, for instance, we look at a lettuce several times a week, or at least I do. But do I know it? Do I know how to draw it well? And I don't. I don't know how the layers of the lettuce go. So I have to search it. But let's say I might be exploring a lettuce. Maybe I got sparked by several different types of lettuce, which I did in Root Explosion. That's where I would jot down my idea, my inspiration book versus exploring this. But it's lovely to see different drawings and expressions of different artists. This one I found at a used bookstore. They're great for finding maybe something you wouldn't find at a regular bookstore or online. You can just find, these are probably older books. And this book is When Wanderers Cease to Roam. So instead of traveling, wherever you travel, you can find an artist who's done sketching about the town. I even have one for DC. It made me, this is, sketching everyday images and what you see. So this can be inspiration for you if you want to start there and do that. That's great. But mine is more inspirational, more based on spiritual, maybe an idea, just because that's what I like to rely on. Record anything that inspires you. Look at famous artists. You can even go to Google liveabout.com. I've referenced this many times in classes. And there's a page for famous artists' sketchbooks, which are great. And then, of course, the Danny Gregory series. He might be even a great person to read. I've mentioned him before in these art talks. If you are not sure what you want to draw. But inspiration is something, again, that I will pursue for a painting or a series of paintings that I want to pursue. Excuse me. So, how fun is that? Um, when these sparks happen, they just are so clear to me. It's almost like when I meditate. And when I did Kundalini yoga in classes in Pittsburgh, I would get such strong visions. So if I could hold that vision till I got to actually start drawing it or sketching it, it's great. But if it's such a strong image, it will stay with you. Like a sketchbook, I'm a jot down composition. I might jot down the colors I'm thinking about. And then maybe in a sketchbook, I would pursue it, or I would just start using some paper or canvas to express myself. But usually, I need to get that spark. So I hope this week you will pay attention to the sparks that inspire you to create. Maybe it's a garden and you're laying out your garden and you see someone else's garden and it inspires you. So you would jot down or take notes on what flowers were used, what colors were placed where. Are the plants low to high? Is it a wild spring garden with wild flowers? So you can take your inspiration from anywhere and keep a little notebook. Nothing fancy. These are just little notebooks. I love the feel of this particular notebook, made by Green Room, but it is lined. But I like that because then I can write my inspirations down along with it. And good luck with that. I hope this inspires you this week. If you are enjoying it, please like it and please share it with others who might benefit from what we're talking about, or lead them down the path that I'm here on Facebook and I'm here on my YouTube channel. I hope to have some new upcoming classes posted for the new year. And if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. I'm still staying with Zoom to stay safe, but anybody can join these classes anywhere. And when they're posted on Facebook or, you see them, you just sign up with PayPal and then I send you the links. It's so super easy. And just like this little video, I use two cameras so you can see really well. So see you next week on Art Talks with Elaine M. Bergstrom.